Hall of Fame wide receiver Michael Irvin compares Kenny Pickett to a Hall of Fame quarterback, another number 8. Hello, Steeler Nation, and welcome to the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate with me, your host, Britsburgh, going speaking to you here in the UK. I am your voice from across the pond, your UK Steelers view. And you know what? I just want to say a big thank you to Mark for a great video yesterday on Kenny Pickett. And I want to build on what Mark was saying about Kenny Pickett and show how players who have played the game at the highest level, are seeing a talent in this guy, seeing a talent in Kenny Pickett, and seeing the promise in what the Steelers have in Pickett and the potential he has to really take this franchise back to where it belongs, contending for that 7th Lombardi. As a reminder, if you've just found the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate and you are a big black and gold fan, this is a fan channel run by fans. Mark and I are Steelers fans with over 50 years between us of supporting our black and gold heroes. So hit that sub, ring that notification bell, guys. It's completely free in this day and age where everything costs an absolute fortune. Hit that sub, ring that notification, and give this video a like, guys, to help with the YouTube algorithm. That's sort of the thing that makes YouTube promote stuff. Anyway, don't worry about it. So Michael Irvin, that's who it is. Michael Irvin, former Dallas Cowboys wide receiver, Hall of Famer, a 3-time Super Bowl champion. Michael Irvin was talking about Kenny Pickett. Now, obviously, Irvin was someone in the past who has criticized Pickett and has criticized some of his play. That's Irvin's job. Irvin is now a TV analyst, a well-respected TV analyst who talks about, all the teams, all the players, even criticizes his own former team, Dallas. He doesn't show favoritism in terms of that. He will criticize and he will praise in equal value. And during the Steelers-Raiders game, he was talking about Kenny Pickett. And he singled Kenny out for praise. He acknowledged that Kenny's still got things to learn. Of course he has. He's a rookie quarterback trying to take a step up from playing college football to NFL football. And it's a big step up, especially when you go from playing ACC football with the Pitt Panthers to playing in the NFL. Obviously the big jump up between the SEC and the Big Ten is not as great, but Pickett has had to make a big step forward this year. Now, Irvin was talking about Pickett and he compared him to former teammate Troy Aikman. That's right, 3-time Super Bowl champion, Hall of Fame quarterback, 1-time Super Bowl MVP, Troy Aikman. Aikman as well was a first-round pick, if you remember, as well in the draft, and really was sort of credited along with Irvin and Emmitt Smith of turning around the Dallas franchise and helping them to win 3 Super Bowls. Now, let's break down what Irvin had to say and talk about what he said about our quarterback, Kenny Pickett. He said, when it comes to the Steelers and their new quarterback, Kenny Pickett, I like this kid. And if he is what they think he is, then Pittsburgh has a just moving around the quote, guys, sorry. He says, then Pittsburgh have a good quarterback and will be contenders for years to come. Now, I know he's been criticized for his play, which is certainly justified, but he has shown improvement over the weeks since the bye. That a good, Irvin's clear with what he's saying here. He's saying that, yes, Pickett has received criticism for some of his play, which is fair enough. He is a rookie trying to learn, following on from a Hall of Fame quarterback, a superstar Hall of Fame quarterback. But Irvin is saying that he sees things in this kid that he likes and that the Steelers have a quarterback. And if they have the quarterback they think they've got, we're going to be contenders for a number of years to come. He then goes on to say, but Pickett reminds me of another QB that wore the number 8. He reminds me of Troy, obviously talking about his former teammate, Troy Aikman. Troy went 1-15 in his rookie year and was criticized thoroughly throughout. However, they kept with him and he grew into a great QB. Now, he's drawing parallels here between Pickett and Aikman. Aikman in his first season really did struggle. Went 1-15. I think he went 0-11 as a starter. He was very, very poor, even for a guy who was taken first overall in the draft. He really struggled to step up. He also came from UCLA as well into the NFL. There's a number of quarterbacks who in their rookie year have really struggled yet and have received a lot of criticism, have been labeled a bust, have been criticized. And Pickett obviously has had that this year, along with the likes of obviously Aikman, Peyton Manning, one of the greatest quarterbacks ever to play the game, all were criticized in their rookie year. but went on to become great NFL quarterbacks. Now, I'm not saying for a minute that Kenny Pickett is going to go on to be the next Peyton Manning or the next John Elway or the next Troy Aikman or the next Joe Montana. But what I am saying is that someone here, someone who is an NFL legend, someone who is a Hall of Fame wide receiver, someone who has 3 Super Bowl titles, who has been there, seen that, done it, bought the T-shirt, rates this guy and sees something in this guy that is potential. And this is someone who knows what they're talking about, who analyzes the game, who plays the game, has played the game, and someone as a former player that we need to listen to when they talk about current players. He wanted to say, I see Troy in Pickett. He has to grow into the position and take control of his team. This kid's got weapons all around him. Now, I think that's a great quote there, that his kid has got weapons all around him, has to take control of his team. Something he started to do over recent weeks, take more of a lead, more of a control. We've seen him call audibles, protection changes. We've seen him, lead the Steelers on game-winning, Ben-esque fourth quarter game-winning drives like Ben used to. And he has got weapons all around him. Like I did a video on my channel, Britsburgh, Owen, the other day, and I talked about the fact that were this Steelers offense run by Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, Eric Bieniemy, someone of that caliber, Brian Daboll, Ken Dorsey, I think they would be scoring 20, 25 or 25 to 30 points a game and not 15 to 20 points like they are scoring at present. The fact that they've got a college OC running it is really, I think, hampering Pickett's progress. And if he was working for someone like Shanahan or he was working for someone like Sean McVay or Andy Reid, I think he would be making bigger steps forward than he is currently. The Steelers will be fine. This is a franchise that never stays down for long. They've got a great coach, great ownership. They just need to tweak a little bit here and there. But Pickett is going to be fine. It's like fine wine. It just takes time. You hear me? Now, that's, I think, a great quote. And Michael Irvin says, like fine wine, it's going to take time for Pickett to mature and become the quarterback that we know that he has the potential to become. And I think Irvin acknowledges, like we do, that there are tweaks to be made to this team on the offensive line, cornerback one position, defensive line. There are tweaks to be made, and that I think will be addressed by Omar Khan in the forthcoming draft and in the free agency period after this season. But this is high praise indeed from a Hall of Fame wide receiver comparing Pickett to a Hall of Fame quarterback in Troy Aikman. And this is not the first time that Pickett has been compared to a Hall of Fame quarterback. He's also been compared to Joe Montana, having a similar style to Joe Montana as the Steelers offense tries to evolve into a more West Coast offense like Montana used to use for the 49ers. And Montana, in my opinion, is the GOAT, greater than Brady. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think of Michael Irvin's comments about our quarterback, Kenny Pickett, and about the Pittsburgh Steelers organization and the coach as well. In the comments below, we love interacting with your comments. We love hearing your comments and your thoughts. Remember, this is a fan channel run by us, Steeler fans, for you, the Steeler fan. Now, hit that sub, ring that notification bell. Guys, thanks for watching. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to my Steelers brothers and sisters out there. Here we go, Steelers. Come on.